Greetings, fellow fanboys. 'Tis I, Matthew, hitting you up with another fanboy review. I've been trapped in a comic book. No, I'm testing out the photo booth on my computer. I didn't even know I could do this. So, anyway, Thursday night we went and saw the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh boy! Oh man, critics have slammed this movie almost entirely. I found it to be fun. I mean, it did its job. It's a comic book movie. It's a comic book movie whose main fan base is a silly 1987 TV show. A very, very silly cartoon. Uh, Lots of action. CGI was decent. I like the character models. Not traditional at all. Donnie's got all this weird gadgetry on his back. He wears big, thick glasses and he puts goggles over it. So it's not what you're used to. Acting, casting, I can't complain too much. Megan Fox, I felt was an odd choice for April. Let's see who we had. Danny Woodburn was the motion capture actor for Splinter, and then Tony Shalhoub was his voice. Then Johnny Knoxville was the voice of Leonardo. Will Arnett is the Vern, which is completely weird because he completely changed his characters. In the '87 cartoon, which is the only time Vern is mentioned, he's a jerk. He's really full of himself. Will Fichtner was Eric Sachs. Now we were told that Eric Sachs was actually going to be a stand-in for Oroku Saki, but he's really just another bad guy. We have the Shredder, a true Japanese Shredder in the movie. Whoopi Goldberg was Bernadette Thompson, and then now what's weird, other than Leonardo, the motion capture actors also provided the voices for the other three turtles: Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael. So that was interesting. I really like Raph's model, by the way. He's how they formed him up, because he's the one that works out, so he's got these huge muscles, and the turtles at least 6 feet tall. Around the original show, they were short. Now, this is all mainly based. Well, the original concept is based on the 1984 comic by Mirage Studios, which is where the original Turtle stories are. I'm a fan of many of the different Turtles universes. I mean, I'm a Turtles fan forever. So, for me to not hate this movie, that's saying something. I'm a huger Turtles fan than I am a Star Wars fan. Seriously. I had everything Turtles. I had a house full of action figures, t-shirts, comic books, posters, nightlights, coloring books, you name it. Video games. That's something I still have, including one of the most impossible games ever made. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES. This drove us insane as kids. And it's freaking sequel, the arcade game. This should be in the first one, because this one's great. And then Turtles 3. It continues on to Super Nintendo with Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, and Turtles Tournament Fighters. I got Turtles for Genesis. I got Turtles for GameCube. I got Turtles for Game Boy Advance. I love Turtles. I love them. I had pet red-eared sliders because of the Ninja Turtle craze. It's 1987. You're 5 years old, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comes on with that awesome theme song. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You just get psyched. Now, the movie, this new one, it was okay. It was fun. Would I watch it again? Absolutely. Would I go see it again in theaters? No. In fact, you should probably wait till video. That's my honest opinion. It's not worth $10.50 to watch. It's worth the rental for like $1, or if you're gonna buy the DVD or Blu-ray rather. But parts of it I really enjoyed. There were some laughs. Like I said, lots of good action. Luckily, Michael Bay was only in a producer role, so he threw money at it. He did not write, he did not direct, and that is what saved it from being a complete disaster. He wanted to have the turtles come from outer space. No, the mutagen comes from space. That's it. Ugh. So yeah, go check it out if you want. Now, This is the 5th time the Turtles have been on screen. There is the original trilogy, starting with this absolute masterpiece. I love this movie. This movie is great. It's gritty and nasty, just like the original comic books. And the sequel, Secret of the Ooze, and then Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. Looks similar to the video game, but completely different. This one, you really gotta be a Turtles fan. And then the 4th film, officially this is a reset. This is its own universe. It doesn't connect to anything else. But if you watch it, it really is Turtles 4. Because at the end of the movie, on Splinter's shelf, he's got Shredder's helmet, which they got from Turtles 2 when they defeated Shredder. And they've got the scepter, the Time Scepter, which was in Turtles 3. So saying that this is its own thing isn't really fair. Yeah, that's my brief review of Turtles 1 through 4. There are about 14 different Ninja Turtle universes, which, you can count. There hasn't been that many. Like I said, the Mirage Studios cartoon, the old 87 cartoon movies 1 through 4. Well, technically, there's 2 universes there, but I'm counting it as one. The Image Comics. The Image Comics are a different story altogether. Image Comics are a unique timeline. There's the original series. This is a reprint. I do have the 4-volume first publishing editions, but they're in a box somewhere, unfortunately. But yeah, this original comic's gritty as anything. Anyway, there's a tangent timeline to this. It was doing so well that Eastman and Laird allowed a different studio, Image Comics, to make Volume 2. This is around issue 60. And in Volume 2, it's this weird tangent universe where Raphael gets his face blown apart and he becomes the Shredder. It's crazy. But that's a different story arc, and it was retcon, so we're counting that as its own universe. Then there's the Archie comics. Oh, the Archie comics. The Archie comics are fantastic. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures ran for about 70 issues. And it still had some of the comedy and silliness of the show, especially the first 10 issues. But after that, it got kind of gritty. Like, people died. They're the 2003 cartoon and its corresponding Adventures comics. Now, those were in the same universe. Adventures for Archie, different universe entirely. Now, they didn't have Archie in them, by the way. The 2012 cartoon, which is awesome. A short-lived anime, which I never saw. The 2014 film, and then there's a manga. And I believe Archie Comics also did a comic strip, but that was in the same universe, I believe. So, here's the IDW comics. This is the new universe. The movie went kind of on this origin story where they were in a lab. That's interesting. Now, that's a slight spoiler. But yeah, I'm a huge Turtles nut. Absolute Turtles nut. So if I didn't hate this movie, it didn't offend me. I did not feel like Michael Bay crapped on my childhood. So thank you, Michael Bay, for only producing. We appreciate that greatly. That's all I got for you. I mean, if you want to read more about the historical significance of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then go on Wikipedia. I'm sadly missing a Turtles button from my coat, but I'm going to find one, believe me. Anyway, fellow fanboys, I thank you for bearing with me. This should have been up Thursday night, but we've been having some technical difficulties. I can't even talk today. Oh my gosh. Anyway, live long and prosper. Nanu nanu. Be well.